Hi, lovelies. Evelyn here. And I want to begin today with an observation that I think will reframe the way you approach everything about fall shopping this year. Most fashion coverage about a new season operates at the level of spectacle. It shows you the dramatic runway moments, the oversized shoulders, the avant-garde silhouettes, the pieces that photograph magnificently but have almost no practical application in real life. And those conversations leave most women over 50 feeling the same way. Excited for about 30 seconds, then quietly disconnected from anything they could actually wear. But that's not where the most interesting fall 2026 story is happening. The real shift, the one with the most lasting relevance for elegantly dressed women who want to look current without chasing novelty, is quieter than any runway moment. It's happening in the details, in the specific way certain colors are being combined, in textures returning in genuinely refined iterations, in small shifts of silhouette that modernize pieces already hanging in most wardrobes. Fashion for fall 2026 is less about chasing trends and more about embracing timeless style with a contemporary twist. The biggest trend is investing in versatile, high-quality pieces that work together beautifully and reflect your personal style. 10 trends today, each one specifically examined through the lens of what it means for women over 50 and 60 who want to look current, sophisticated, and genuinely themselves, not costume dressing, not premature purchases, just the specific knowledge that allows you to look at what you already own and suddenly see it differently. And watch for the 10th trend. I've placed it last deliberately, not because it's the most dramatic, but because it's the most powerful. It looks almost too simple to deserve the word trend, yet it's what stylists notice within seconds of looking at a finished outfit. And once you see it clearly, you'll find it impossible to unsee in every photograph of a beautifully dressed woman you look at for the rest of your life. I keep seeing brown replace black as the color fashion insiders are most excited about right now. There is something warmer and more inviting about chocolate tones during autumn, especially when they are layered through multiple pieces instead of appearing in just one item. This is the trend that most women over 50 are going to love because it aligns perfectly with what mature skin responds to best. Black, for all its authority, can read as harsh against the face in autumn's softer light. Chocolate brown does something completely different. It introduces warmth, depth, and complexity simultaneously. According to fashion stylist Brendan Cannon, chocolate brown is having a moment, especially dark brown suede. The hues of dark chocolate bring an instant sense of warmth and depth to cool weather dressing. And suede's matte velvety texture offers a soft, rich contrast against heavy knits and smooth leather that feels made for autumn. The specific way to apply this trend, not as a single chocolate statement piece against your usual neutrals, but as a layered tonal story through an outfit. A chocolate ribbed knit blouse beneath a camel blazer carried through to chocolate suede loafers and an espresso leather bag. The brown appears at 3 different points in the outfit, each in a slightly different depth and surface, and the tonal layering reads as deeply, quietly expensive. For a modern look, pair rich neutrals with one statement color, such as burgundy or olive green. The sophisticated entry point if you're new to wearing this shade, one chocolate accessory, a suede loafer, a leather bag, a belt, against your usual warm, neutral palette. The accessory signals the trend's presence while your existing wardrobe does the rest. Tell me, are you ready to make room for chocolate brown this fall, or does it feel like unfamiliar territory? Drop your honest answer below. Plaid, tartan, and checkerboard prints were arguably the biggest trend on the runway according to Couture, confirmed at Chloe, Burberry, Acne Studios, Rabanne, and Stella McCartney. But not all plaid is created equal. Glen plaid is the most refined and sophisticated option, a subtle diagonal crosshatch pattern that reads as quiet luxury. This is the easiest plaid to wear for women over 40 because it looks elevated and polished, not loud. For women over 50 specifically, the distinction between these print variations matters enormously. Glen plaid, the subtle, complex crosshatch you recognize from heritage suiting, communicates heritage authority. It carries the visual language of Savile Row tailoring without the formality. A Glen plaid blazer against cream wide-leg trousers looks as though it required significant thought and significant investment. It may have required neither. Houndstooth, the iconic black and white dogtooth pattern that functions almost as a neutral, pairs beautifully with the reds, purples, and wines of fall 2026 and has real staying power year over year. The approach that produces the most sophisticated results with either print, one statement piece in the pattern against completely solid, calm pieces everywhere else. A Glen plaid blazer over a cream, fine gauge turtleneck and straight leg camel trousers. A houndstooth meaty skirt against a plain black fitted knit and chocolate suede loafers. The print does all the work. The surrounding pieces create the silence that allows it to be heard. Trend number 3, tonal layering, the art of wearing one color family across multiple depths. Fashion magazines often highlight tonal dressing because it looks expensive even when built from relatively simple pieces. Tonal dressing, multiple pieces in the same color family worn at slightly different depths, is one of the strongest fall 2026 signals. This trend has appeared in our conversations before, in the context of summer neutrals, in the context of beige dressing, in the context of monochrome as an elongating tool. But fall 2026 introduces it in the richest possible expression, deep, warm, complex tones layered through an entire outfit. A camel turtleneck, chocolate wide leg trousers, a warm tan belt, cognac suede loafers, a deep espresso bag. 5 pieces, all within the same warm brown family, each at a slightly different depth, and the result reads as a composition rather than simply an outfit. Running parallel to all the drama on the runway is the earth tone family, rust, olive, cream, deep chocolate brown. These sit beautifully next to each other and make every piece feel richer when you blend the two palettes, rather than wearing each one in isolation. The specific principle that makes tonal layering read as expensive, rather than monochrome. Texture variation within the tonal story. A matte ribbed knit against a slightly sheen fine gauge blouse against the buttery surface of suede leather. Same color family. 3 completely different surfaces. The eye finds depth where a single texture would produce flatness. Structured blazers, elegant long coats, and well-cut trousers are key pieces this autumn. The silhouettes are relaxed rather than oversized, creating a polished appearance without sacrificing comfort. Here's the distinction that most fall coverage misses, and that makes the difference between outfits that look current and ones that look either premature or dated. The relaxed silhouette of fall 2026 is not the shapeless, volume everywhere approach of several seasons past. It's something considerably more sophisticated, a relaxed fit that has been precisely cut, wide enough to move freely, light enough to breathe easily, constructed with enough internal structure that the garment maintains its intended shape through hours of wear. One standout trend is the resurgence of tailored separates. Structured blazers, high-waisted trousers, and midi-length skirts dominate wardrobes, emphasizing clean lines and proportionate silhouettes that flatter a mature figure. The practical application: if you own wide-leg trousers that fit at the waist but fall cleanly to the floor without bunching, those are the right trousers for this season. If you own a blazer that has a defined shoulder seam and a collar that lies flat against the back of the neck without pulling, that's the right blazer. The pieces that produce the most refined Fall 2026 silhouette are the ones where relaxed fit and precise construction coexist without compromise. Tell me, do you find that relaxed and tailored feel contradictory, or have you already discovered pieces where both qualities exist? I genuinely want to know this community's experience. A camel wool coat over a cream turtleneck is basically the fall formula that never fails. Pair with chocolate brown wide leg trousers for the most refined variation of the season's central tonal story. The camel coat is not new. What's new is how it's being worn and the combination that's emerging as the season's most sophisticated expression of this perpetual classic. Camel, navy, and charcoal are timeless for outerwear. Layer a camel trench over a monochrome outfit with bold accessories to create a high-fashion editorial look suitable for city streets. In fall 2026 specifically, the camel coat earns its maximum authority when worn against an entirely tonal neutral underneath. Cream turtleneck, camel trouser, chocolate loafer, creating one warm, graduated spectrum of color from the innermost layer to the outer one. The coat becomes the deepest and most saturated point in a completely coherent tonal story. The quality principle that stylists emphasize this season: the lapels, drape, and weight. A well-made camel coat lapel falls against the chest with a particular heaviness and smoothness that communicates the quality of the wool immediately. That single detail, the way the lapel sits, is more visible from across a room than, any other element of the coat's construction. It's worth trying on multiple versions before committing, specifically to evaluate that one detail. Bottega Veneta and Chanel both leaned hard into tactile, handcrafted fabrics this season. Personal stylist Cynthia Kennedy describes the season as a perfect blend of warmth, opulence, and self-expression. Bouclé blazers, chunky knits, velvet, and suede all receive significant runway attention. For women over 50, this texture moment is genuinely exciting, because texture has always been the vocabulary of quiet luxury, and fall 2026 has given that vocabulary its richest expression in years. The teddy coat, shorter, more casual, in a low-pile bouclé-like texture. Think of it as the most wearable, everyday version. Pairs perfectly with dark denim and suede boots, and looks expensive at almost any price point. The specific textures worth investing in this season: in order of versatility, rib knit in warm neutrals, the surface that works equally as a turtleneck beneath a blazer, a standalone top with wide leg trousers, or a base layer beneath a structured coat. Suede in chocolate or cognac, the material that was born for autumn, and the hat commands more visual attention per square inch than almost any other surface. Bouclé, specifically in a blazer or coat where the texture is the complete statement, requiring nothing more elaborate around it. The principle for incorporating multiple textures without creating visual noise. Never more than 2 significant textures in one outfit. 1 structured texture, bouclé blazer, ribbed knit, and 1 fluid surface, wide leg crepe trousers, smooth silk blouse. The tension between them is what creates sophistication. The multiplication of them is what creates chaos. Purple feels grown up in a way last year's pastels didn't. It reads as rich, confident, and unapologetic. One statement piece does the work. A purple blazer, a midi skirt, or a great bag will move your outfit firmly into fall 2026 territory. Fall and winter lean into deep burgundy, emerald, navy, and chocolate brown, projecting warmth and sophistication. Combining colors is an art, pairing soft neutrals with a pop of jewel tone. Cream trousers with a sapphire blouse creates balance and visual interest. The sophisticated way to wear jewel tones this season is not as a head-to-toe color statement, but as a single accent against a warm, neutral foundation. Deep plum or emerald as the one piece that introduces the season's color vocabulary into an otherwise tonal, neutral outfit. The formula that consistently produces the most refined result. A warm ivory or cream neutral from head to hem. Turtleneck, trouser, coat, with 1 jewel tone piece that operates as the composition's focal point. A deep burgundy bag, a forest green blouse beneath a camel blazer, a sapphire silk scarf tied at the neck of an otherwise neutral outfit. The jewel tone becomes visible against the neutral's calm in a way it never could against another color, and it reads as the deliberate, confident choice of a woman who understands exactly what she's doing. Buttery soft cognac suede slouchy boots complement a soft camel rib knit dress beautifully. The over-the-knee boot returns for fall 2026 with a relaxed, effortless attitude that prioritizes comfort without sacrificing style. This iteration features an intentionally slouchy fit that gathers softly around the ankle and calf, creating elegant draping. Dark brown suede penny loafers or heeled ankle boots are staples that you'll wear again and again. Deep espresso hued suede is dominating over slouchy shoulder bags for fall 2026 as well. The suede boot is the season's most complete shoe story because it simultaneously introduces the right texture, the right tone, and the right silhouette for fall 2026 in a single purchase. For women over 50, the specific suede boot silhouettes that produce the most flattering and most current results. A mid-heel ankle boot in chocolate or cognac suede. The heel provides a gentle elongation without any discomfort, and the suede's matte surface reads as more refined than smooth leather at this toe shape. A flat, slouchy knee boot in warm tan suede, the drape of a well-made suede boot against the leg creates the kind of effortless, continental elegance that no structured boot can replicate. A suede loafer with a slight platform, the most versatile option, working with wide-leg trousers, midi skirts, and straight-leg denim with equal authority. The investment principle: suede requires care, but suede that has been properly maintained develops a patina that smooth leather cannot replicate. A 3-year-old suede boot that has been properly brushed and protected looks more expensive than a brand new synthetic one. This is the rare footwear category where longevity is built into the material's nature. For women over 40, the floral trend for fall is one of the most sophisticated of the season. One strong floral piece with restrained solid basics is the perfect formula. It leans into the kind of richness and depth that actually looks better with age and confidence. This is the trend that confuses women most immediately because floral and autumn feel like a contradiction in terms. But the florals of fall 2026 are categorically different from the spring versions. Autumn florals operate in deeper, more complex tones: burgundy roses on a dark chocolate ground, rust and amber botanicals on a deep olive background, forest green leaves against a rich cream. These are not the pastel romantic florals of spring dressing. They're the florals of a medieval tapestry. Dense, rich, complex, and completely comfortable in the same conversation as camel coats and suede boots. The application principle: one floral piece, a midi skirt, a blouse, a printed scarf used as an accessory, against completely solid, deep, neutral pieces everywhere else. The floral carries all the color complexity the outfit needs. The neutrals provide the silence that allows that complexity to be fully appreciated. And here it is, the 10th trend, the one I saved deliberately for last, the one that looks almost too simple to deserve the word trend, and that, once you see it clearly, makes every photograph of a beautifully dressed autumn woman reveal itself as a completely different image. The monochrome set in plaid or houndstooth, a matching blazer and skirt in a plaid or checked fabric, hits two of fall 2026's biggest trends simultaneously. But even in solid neutrals, the matching set reads as something a stylist notices immediately. It communicates intentionality before a single specific piece can be identified. I always find that matching sets remove the stress from getting dressed. Fashion magazines repeatedly highlight tonal dressing because it looks expensive even when built from relatively simple pieces. This combination proves that point beautifully. Here's what stylists are noticing, and what most women aren't consciously seeing yet. When the blazer and the trouser, or the blouse and the skirt, are matched in color and fabric, when they are clearly designed to work together rather than individually coordinated, the silhouette reads as a uniform. Not in the restrictive sense, but in the architectural sense, a coherent, intentional construction where the eye sees the whole rather than the parts, and a silhouette that reads as a whole rather than the sum of its parts, always, without exception, looks more expensive than the same two pieces bought separately and worn together. The autumn monochrome set formula that produces the most refined result: a camel-ribbed knit set, blouse and wide-leg trouser in matching fabric and tone, a chocolate bouclé blazer and midi skirt in the same material, a deep forest green fine gauge twin set cardigan and blouse worn as the inner layers of a tonal outfit. The set signals that the clothes were designed for each other. And design, the presence of intention at the level of the garment's creation rather than simply at the level of the individual shopper's coordination, is the signal that reads most immediately and most consistently as expensive as considered as the work of a woman who understands exactly what she's building. That's a detail stylists notice within seconds. not the individual pieces, however beautiful, the coherence between them. And now you'll see it everywhere. Ten trends, all of them observable right now, beginning to appear in editorial coverage, street style photography, and the wardrobes of the women who always seem to know what's coming before everyone else does. Fall 2026 proves that great style has no age limit. The season is about dressing with confidence, choosing pieces that fit beautifully, and building a wardrobe that reflects your lifestyle rather than fleeting trends. Your smartest fall update isn't necessarily something you need to buy. It might be the chocolate brown suede loafer you already own, finally understood as the connecting piece of a tonal outfit. The Plaid blazer worn against completely solid pieces rather than competing prints. The matching set that's been hanging in your wardrobe as two separate pieces you never thought to wear simultaneously. The trends are pointing you toward what you already have. You simply needed to know what to look for. Now tell me, gorgeous, which of these 10 Fall 2026 trends are you most excited about? Is it the chocolate brown moment that's finally earning its place beside your neutrals? The quiet luxury authority of Plaid and houndstooth? The tonal layering story across an entire outfit? The relaxed yet precisely tailored silhouette? The camel coat formula with cream and chocolate beneath it? The return of bouclé, suede, and ribbed knit as texture heroes? The jewel tone accent against a warm, neutral foundation? The suede boot as the season's most complete shoe story? The autumn floral in rich, grounded tones? Or the 10th trend, the monochrome set, the detail that stylists see first and that makes every other piece around it read as more intentional than it was before? Drop your answer in the comments and tell me which of these trends you'll be building into your wardrobe first. This community has the most sophisticated eye for what genuinely works versus what simply passes, and I read every single message you leave here.